up? This is T-Boz,
Left Eye,
and Chile
of TLC.
Don't go nowhere because we got some words of wisdoms for your behind.
That's right, crazy, sexy, and cool. Peace out. Alrighty then.
What's up? This is T-Boz,
Left Eye,
And Chile
of TLC.
don't go nowhere because we got some words of wisdoms for your behind.
That's right, crazy, sexy, and cool. Peace out.
We're all crazy, sexy, cool. It's like the 90s version of Every Woman.
Absolutely correct. Everyone in this group is, and just about every woman on this earth is. So we possess all of those qualities, and it's one word, crazy, sexy, cool. Of course, it came from a few different words, but we made it one word.
It just shows that music and everything redoes it. I mean, what is it?
Cycle.
Yeah, it's a cycle. I mean, it repeats itself because, I mean, most of our songs today are nothing but remakes and samples of James Brown, Parliament, just old stuff that was done previously before. It's just a newer version on the next level.
But it goes much further than songs, clothes. We were watching Grease last night, and they wear basically the same things that we wear today. The style has gone out and come back. Not only clothes, hairstyles,
everything.
It doesn't matter. It's all a cycle.
Like I remember growing up, it was the thick eyebrows, and you look at all the old movies from back in the 50s, and they had their eyebrows arched or even just drawn in. They didn't even have any, and now it's like that again. Everybody's arching their eyebrows. So
What you do, it's been here before in some shape, fashion, or form. You know, you just do it in a new time. So the time is what actually makes it a little different, not the actual essence of what you're doing. Most people do not get into the words first. They're all into the beat, or sometimes it's not even the beat, it's what the person next to them is into. So they jump on the bandwagon, you know, it becomes a big fad. But Waterfalls, what makes Waterfalls so special is the video. The video is what hits home. The video is what makes you pay attention to the words and the message. And it's the video that brings the whole song to light, and it really says, okay, this is not just a song with a nice tune, or, you know, this is not just a song by three popular girls. This is a song that means something. And I know a lot of people who have seen the video and they actually get scared because, you know, they think about their own lives, and it's very it just hits home.
and we wouldn't get on like religious, because there's so many different religions, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, who's to say if we sing about our way that everybody else that's fans of TLC would agree to that, you know? So you kind of stay off of stuff like that.
I don't believe in mixing religion with secular music anywhere, just worldly music.
Yeah,
it's either good or bad. There's no in between. You sing about God or you don't. That's it. So I never do it. Or unless I just change to be a gospel singer, period.
It has to be nothing other than a career progression, because we've already sold twice as more albums on the second album than the first one. So that's a progression in itself, and I don't know if it has anything to do with the style progressing or the music progressing, but everything has progressed. I mean, we've grown up a little bit. I'm not saying we've grown up from girls to women, but we've grown from women to, you know, from young ladies to women. But it's different, and it all goes back with the times. You know, we couldn't come back out the second time with colorful baggy clothes, just for the simple reason that it's not in anymore. It doesn't mean that that's not what's in our hearts. You know, why come out and play ourselves? Let's come up with something new. So we thought that this might work, and I don't know. Sometimes you can never plan things. You just got to do them and see what happens, and that's just what we did. We are very big Prince fans. And it was an idea that had been thrown around since the first album to redo a Prince song. We didn't know which song it would be, but when we decided to do the second album, what actually happened was one of our producers was going to redo If I Was Your Girlfriend for Mary J. Blige. Now, we kind of stepped in and thought that, or Total is a new group out. We thought that T-Boz's voice match was a closer match to Prince's, and she can pull it off better than any other artist any other female artist that is in this business right now. So we kind of fought to have the song ourselves, and thought that it would be a good idea, and we went in and did it, and she did a pretty good job. And I know a lot of people before our album even came out bet money that was Prince singing, because she sounds so much like him. But I don't know, it's some people do remakes and they mess them up, some people do it and they pull it off, and I think she did a pretty good job. And if it didn't sound right, I don't think we would have put it out, but it came out pretty okay, and there was really nothing else behind it but that.
I can see it. I can understand. We can put pimped on our jaw.
Yeah.
We just put pimped on our jaw. I understand exactly why he's doing it, because it does make you feel like a slave. You are a slave.
Especially if somebody like him, he's a legend, gets jerked around. I mean, look at us. We're not even legends yet. I mean, God, you can imagine what we're going through, and that's awful if he has to go through all that. He's been in this business years. Yeah, he's been here forever, and his contracts are jacked up. It's unfortunate, but you figure if you're out there singing and dancing and you hiring these people to take care of your business, and you shouldn't have to worry about that, but artists need to get more involved in their business, because you just have to. It's too many thieves, it's too much stealing going on, everybody's getting paid but you. So to me, you have to sit down and say, okay, what's more important, me sitting out here trying to put a show together, or putting a show together and having a meeting with my accountant, making sure everything is always being taken care of, so they won't jerk you around.
And all the same, you're doing double the work, but you're getting less the money
and none of the credit. Red Light Special is not like that. Red Light Special is basically for couples, two people, whatever their red light special is. It doesn't have anything to do with being a prostitute. It's not degrading to women. It is not degrading for TLC to say it. You know what I'm saying? So we're basically speaking about relationships, our relationships, and anybody else that's in relationships, whether they're boyfriend, girlfriend, or just dating. A red light special applies to everybody, not, something for anybody to get offended for.
And not only that, if you do remember in the video, if we came off like prostitutes, then that wasn't how we were trying to come off. Actually, the guys were supposed to be the prostitutes and we were supposed to be the pimps. We were reversing the roles, trying to take control.
That goes back into the parenting of children and what you as a parent would let your child do. Now, I mean, you can't control what every child listens to, but as far as the world and life today, you can ask that question about a lot of things. Would you let your child do this or that? It's all on how you raise your kids. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain age that, yes, I would let my child listen to that because it's not that bad. But as far as gangster rappers, I don't think we can judge them and say they made a mistake because they're doing nothing but betraying what they see in life. And when they say things like bitch, whore, and slut, they really are bitches and they really are whores and they're sluts. And they're talking about what they're talking about and what they're seeing. If there really wasn't one, it's not like it's make-believe and fiction. They ain't make it up. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's on that parent in that household to make sure their kids doesn't listen to or get a hold of things that they shouldn't. I mean, that's like if you don't want them to watch Playboy, don't get the Playboy channel. I mean, if you're a weak-minded follower and not a leader, I mean, of course you'll think drive-bys are cool and you want to grow up to be like somebody, but what TLC tries to install into people, you need to be your own individual and be your own person, do what you think is right and not what somebody else thinks is right, or not become something somebody else wants you to become. So that's still on that child and that family household, how they're brought up and what they think. I'm not a weak-minded individual, so I wouldn't do a drive-by and know what I try to do. But you can't knock them at the same time for saying it, because that's what happens in their neighborhood. And to some people, they don't think it's wrong by saying it. They're just telling what they see every day that people can't relate to. If someone hadn't told me when I grew up that people sniff cocaine, I never saw it. I would have never knew about it if somebody didn't make a movie about it. So you can say the same thing about music as you do a movie. Should people be going around killing each other and shooting and shit in movies? Then does that make it okay for somebody to walk in the grocery store because you saw a movie and shoot somebody? It's still on your mind and your mentality and how you think. Because I could watch Scarface and then try to grow up to be just like him, but is that right? Then we should say people shouldn't make movies either. Like, if you let your child watch a rated R movie at 10, it's the same as letting them listen to a bitch hole rap record.
Or if you let your child look at MTV and listen to Beavis and Butthead, they're cartoon characters. And kids, everybody normally let kids watch cartoons. So if a child wants to watch Beavis and Butthead, I mean, Beavis and Butthead, it's a lot of stuff that comes out of their mouth that children should not listen to.
So I mean, it's all on the parent. And if they don't have parents, God bless them, and maybe they'll have decent role models somewhere to listen to, or some kind of positive commercial, anything that'll help them.
It's enough inspiring and songs on our album that kids can listen to, besides listen to all the songs that make sense and go straight to a sexy interlude and just decide that it's raunchy.
What you could do if you had the power is to wipe all sex out of all videos, all songs, and all television. You can wipe drugs out of every song, every television show, and every movie. You can wipe out gangs and gangster and violence. You can wipe it out of everything, and no one has to ever see it or hear it in their life. But as soon as they walk out in the street, they're in for a big surprise, because they never seen it, and it's something that they have to experience out of nowhere. You know, so all of this stuff is real. All of this stuff happens. It's not whether it's good or whether it's bad. It's just reality. And I can account for what I do because I'm a grown-up. So every decision that I make in my life is not based on which child is going to watch, because there's adults who can listen to my album just as well.
I mean, we know what we want and they know what we want. I mean, it makes it easier because we're all friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we're working with somebody that we got to sit down with and be like, okay, this is our music and this is how we want it, and we don't like this and we don't like that. It's not like that, because we're working with the same people that we worked with on the first album, except there's a couple of new people on this album, and it just seems to work. You know, it's like we come and bring our ideas to the table. By them already knowing us, that helps as well. So, you know, everything kind of just flows. Everybody has chemistry. I think, shoot, women are still, I mean, it's going to be a minute. I know that, I'm sure there are a lot of, it's just like Left Eye. She's a songwriter and a producer. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of her songs didn't get on the album simply because of political stuff and decisions that were made by men. So it's like, that's another struggle that women have to keep trying to get over. You know, it's just like putting your foot in the door, and you just can't stop just because it's all men. Seem like, I mean, all producers seem like it's men and all the writers are men. You know, there are a lot of female writers too. They just don't get acknowledged like they should. Can I say something right? You know what I don't understand, and what people, that's just like how when you look at songs, when you listen to songs and a lot of love songs that's really deep and everything, and you say, okay, I wonder who produced this or who wrote this, and it's normally men. And I'm like, well, in relationships, they act like they can't open up, they act like they can't do certain things, but they can sit down and write a song that every woman in America can sit down and boo-hoo and cry over, you know? And I don't understand that. I'm like, why are you so dumb if you can write a song like this? I don't get it.
And men have written many more love songs
Many
about women than women have written about men.
Sade, I forgot about her. She's a songwriter. She does get her credit, and Anita Baker does too. But that's just two of a million. You know what I'm saying?
They don't know how to communicate with their woman, so I guess it's just their way of getting it out.
Can't say it, but I write a song about it. Want to hear it? Here you go. Well, it's been going on for years. When is it going to change? Hello? I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it. Talk to me. I don't want to hear no singing. Because it's not like they're singing a song. It's another artist that's singing it. I don't understand that.
Well, we have learned about the business.
When you go through things in the music business, you have no choice but to learn about the business, because it's not a business about just jumping on the stage, singing and rapping and dancing, having fun, and going home that night and calling it a day. You have to make decisions. You have to sit down. You have to talk with your lawyers. You have to talk with your manager. You have to get into these things. And I mean, if you don't, then some artists are the type of artists who wear what you give them to wear, say what you tell them to say. You write all the songs for them. You write all the words, and they're just little puppets. Now, in that case, I don't know if they ever get a chance to really get into the business, or if they even care, because that kind of artist to me is not a true artist. But we've learned a lot about the business, and experience is the best teacher, and just being in the business itself will teach you a lot, especially when you get jerked. That's when you learn a lot.
I mean, I know you're not anything until you prove yourself, but you still don't have to have people signing their life away you know, because the main thing I don't understand is that a lot of artists get in this business and they become managers or get into production deals, and they do the exact same thing to a newcomer that was done to them. I'm like, hello, did you not learn anything, you know? So I mean, I know if I was a manager or had a production company, yeah, you want to get yours and you should get whatever it is that you deserve, but not taking everything, because artists are very talented people. They're creative, and when they get involved in the business and find out how jacked up it is, it makes you not want to create as much. You know, it makes you kind of want to sit down and be like, why am I in this? You know, that's why a lot of kids that want to get in the business, and they come up and they even ask me, I'll say, well, can you finish school first and make sure you do this first? Because it's not all peachy cream like they think it is. They see the videos, they see the concerts, and they see you on television riding around or whatever, and they think it's just large and that's all it is, and that is not it. Movies, TV, you know.
More touring, more TLC. But hopefully when we do the movies, the plan is to stay a unit. Have our own movie, not split up and do 3 separate movies, have 3 totally separate roles, but kind of go into these things as a unit, you know. Later on, I don't know, we might change our minds, but for now we would like to rise to the top as one. That's kind of hard to say if I regret anything, because there's a lot of things that if I could turn back the hands of time, I might change, but since they've happened, you know, it's like, okay, this thing, even though it was bad, got me to the next step, and that all of it kind of led its way to where I'm sitting right now. So I don't know if I kind of regret anything. I just take everything that's happened and kind of try to learn from it some kind of way, you know.
We are learning, and it's about time that we start earning too. So
We've learned it, now we're gonna earn.
I
That's
know.
the new phrase.
Yep.